Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. I'm Tarina from T.E.R Teachers Consultancy. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I do appreciate your support as always. Please tell someone to join the live stream, okay? So, as you see by the topic, we are going to talk about the new updates in regards to the ease of COVID-19 restrictions here in the UAE. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. And when you join, as always, click that like button. Okay, click that like button and share this live stream. And remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now is the time to do so. So, after nearly 2.5 years of strict COVID-19 rules and regulations and restrictions, and all the measures that were put in place by the UAE government here in the UAE. Now, yesterday on Sunday, they have announced that the Al Hosn app is no longer needed. The Green Pass is no longer needed to access public facilities. So that is big news here in the UAE. So you can consider that a breaking news. Okay, so as you know, we are on the road to recovery with the pandemic, and we give God thanks for where we are right now, that we are alive. And if you are like me that had COVID and survived COVID, you have something to be grateful for. Okay, so I'm just going to share this update with you as to what is happening here in the UAE currently. So, if you are not aware of what the Al Hosn app is, this is an official app that the Health Department, the UAE government has put in place during the pandemic to track COVID cases, to keep residents and citizens safe. Okay, so before yesterday, before the announcement, when you are going into a public place, whether it's a bank, a mall, supermarket, school, you need to show the green pass. So I am going to show you what the green pass looks like, okay? I am going to show you what it looks like. So, and on my phone, this is the Al Hosn app. So you can see my picture, my full name. You have my date of birth here. You have my Emirates ID number. Everything is on this app. You can see my last PCR test. So if you look at that, you'll see 22 days PCR negative. So once it is green right here, that means you're good to go. So without this app, or this green pass, we could not access certain places. Okay, you could not go into the mall without showing it. I can't go to school without showing this one. Okay, I remembered last year I took my PCR test, but I received the result late, and I went to work, and guess what? I was not able to go into school. I had to return back home. This is how serious the Al Hosn Green Pass is. So, as of yesterday, they announced that it would come in effect this morning. Okay, so as usual, I like to share these updates and this information from credible sources, and I will post the link as well in the description box after I've finished the live. Okay, so you can go to Kajil Times and you can read about the Al Hosn app and all the updates that came out yesterday. So, rules on wearing masks have been further eased. Health officials announced that masks will be optional in all open and closed facilities, including places of worship and mosques. However, it will be mandatory to wear masks in health facilities and centers of people of determination. Praying on personal mats will be optional at mosque and praying facilities. So, yesterday, Sunday, so if you're just joining the live, we are talking about the ease of the COVID-19 restrictions here in the UAE and what it means for all of us, how it affects our daily lives, okay? So, a government spokesperson announced in a virtual briefing the second phase of easing of the restriction. So, this is the second phase. In September, there was the first phase where you only wear masks at certain places, and then you get to wear it like at hospitals, mosque, and places of worship. So when I go to church, I definitely had to wear my mask. But I think I'll continue to wear it to church because it's a closed room, it's closed setting. So I think I would want to continue to wear my mask. Okay. I think that is still optional if you want to wear your mask or not. So as of 6 a.m. this morning, this new rule came into effect. So the Al Hosn application will now be limited to a proof of vaccination. Okay? So the only purpose for the Al Hosn app now is to show that you are vaccinated when required. And we also use it for traveling as well. Okay? So we don't need it for Green Pass to go to the mall, to go to the restaurant, or even to go to school. And I'm going to share this with you as well, okay? So, the National Emergency Crisis and Disaster Management Authority announced that the 5-day isolation period for positive cases would remain in place and that COVID-19 PCR testing and health facilities will still continue to operate. So, organizing bodies for sporting events and activities at the national and local levels may request pre examination or vaccination certificates. So, this is why you will still need the app, but only to prove that you are fully vaccinated. And all this information is on the app, guys. So, according to the type or the importance of the activity and its effectiveness, then certain regulations will follow or certain measures will be put in place for that. But honestly, this is a great change for us here in the UAE because sometimes you don't get to go and take your PCR test soon enough, or you forget that you're almost at 30 days and you're ready to go to the mall. When you reach to the mall, you can't get access because your Al Hosn is not green. So once it is gray or red, you cannot enter. If it is gray, that means your PCR test has expired, okay? Or you need the second or third booster. And I'm talking from my experience as well. But if it is red, that means you are positive. Okay, so the Al Hosn, it is very important here in the UAE, but we are definitely happy for this change. We're happy for this change. I think a lot of people, more persons will be able to go to different places with easy access. You don't have to worry about going to do a PCR test, like following the 30 days. I think that is still in effect. I don't know. I would definitely have to get some more information on that. But for a fact, Al Hosn app, you don't need this to go to public places such as the mall, school, gym, restaurants, even to drive on the public transportation buses. And that's great. Okay. Feel free to drop your questions or comments in the chat. As always, once I'm on a live, I will take any questions, even though we're just talking about this new update in regards to COVID-19 restrictions. And let me tell you guys, the UAE has put a lot of things in place to protect its citizens and residents when it comes to COVID-19. There have been a lot of cases here, definitely a lot of cases, but when you compare the cases versus the recoveries rather, and the deaths, you can see that the UAE has been doing a tremendous job, and I must commend them for that, the government for that. Okay, and let me share another important part of this article with you as well. So the UAE government has made unremitting efforts during the last period to contain the COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in increased awareness and how to deal with epidemics and diseases. The health sector, in coordination with corporation, with concerned authorities, intensified its efforts to deal with the health crisis stemming from the brief, okay, stemming from the belief rather that society's health is top priority. It is top priority of any wise leadership. And this is why we are here at this point where we can have a ease on the Al Hosn Green app. Do your research, guys. You would know why this is such a breaking news right now. Hi, Lucy. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. Remember, when you join, guys, give this live a thumbs up. Give this live a thumbs up. And thank you so much for joining me on another live stream. So that is the update for this evening. So if you are in the UAE, this is great news for you. And if you're traveling into the UAE, you can move around with ease, okay? Because this measure has now been relaxed. This has now been relaxed. This is great news for everyone, I tell you. Because sometimes I'm going to school and I'm like, oh, I didn't check my Al Hosn before I left out, I wonder if I am still on a green pass. So you have to make sure that you're always on green pass. So now that it is relaxed, for you to be, you have to be a responsible citizen or a resident at the same time, even though these restrictions have been eased, you still have to be responsible. If you know that you are sick, you have a flu or something, you need to wear your mask or you need to stay home where it is possible. A lot of my students at school, they are sick, they have the flu, they're sneezing, running nose, and all of that. So I know that sometimes, we'll have some influenza going around. So please be responsible nonetheless. Even though we don't need the Al Hosn app, we still need to play our part by being responsible residents and citizens here in the UAE to protect ourselves and to protect others around us. Okay, the COVID-19 testing facilities will still be open. So if you need to go and do your test, go ahead and do your test. Don't say, oh, I don't need Al Hosn, so I don't have to check my status. I will continue to do mine every 30 days. That's okay. And if you're feeling sick, go to the doctor. If you're sneezing, wear a mask. If you're coughing, wear a mask. Protect yourself and protect others around you. Thank you so much for joining me on another live stream. And as I always say, I'm here to help you. I believe in empowering teachers, motivating teachers who want to step out of their comfort zone. Okay, you want to teach overseas? This is the channel for you. So thank you again, guys, and I'll see you on another live stream.